What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with the Beginner Guitar Show for On The Ground by Rosé. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments down below what are the songs by Rosé or Blackpink that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing you should know to play On The Ground on guitar is that in order to get rid of some bar chords and keep this song as beginner friendly as possible, we're going to capo up to 6th fret. And if you don't have a capo, I'll have a link to get this capo for free right up here. The next thing you want to know to play On The Ground is the structure of this song. We're going to start out with a verse, then go to pre-chorus, then chorus, then verse, pre-chorus, chorus again, then we're going to have a bridge and we'll finish up the song with one last chorus. And the last thing that you want to know before we dive into On The Ground is the 6 chords that you need to play this song. The first one is G, the next one is C, the next one is D, the next one is A minor, the next one is E minor, and the last one is C minor. And I'll have chord charts for all of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into On The Ground. Man, I am so stoked to share this song with y'all. I really love whenever pop songs like this one have acoustic guitar in them, especially as beautiful of acoustic guitar as this song has. And not a lot of pop songs do these days. And so I thought this is a great song to share with you guys. And I know there's a lot of Blackpink fans out there who are super stoked to learn this one as well. So with that in mind, this song is pretty beginner friendly to play. All we have is a couple different chord progressions, a couple different strum patterns to go along with them for the different sections of the song. Nothing too crazy here, all pretty beginner friendly. So the first thing we're going to take a look at here for this song is what's being played in the verse, because that's the first thing that we hear in the song. Our chord progression for our verses is going to be E minor, G, A minor, and C. And we're just going to repeat that chord progression through all of our verses. And you might already be able to hear, especially if you're familiar with the song, but we're just going to do a single down strum for each one of those chords with a little bit of space in between each one. Pretty straightforward and simple. You guys probably know what single down strums look like already, but just in case, here's kind of what it'll look like and about the timing of it. We'll start with an E minor. We'll go down, 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 down. Again, down, 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 down. Just about like that, repeated through all of our verses. Pretty straightforward and simple, guys. Like I said, nothing too crazy here, especially for the verse and pre-chorus. It's super beginner friendly. Gets a little bit more involved in the chorus and the bridge, but we'll get there when we get there. So, guys, like I said, you probably already know what single down strums look like. This is a pretty beginner friendly part of the song, but a quick couple of times through that verse chord progression and that verse strum pattern will look about like this without me talking. From there, guys, we're on to what's being played for our pre-choruses. Our pre-choruses are going to look super similar to what we just played for our verses with a very small change. So first, let's take a look at our chord progression. Our chord progression for our pre-choruses is going to be E minor, G, A minor, C, and D. You notice that that C and that D have a star next to them, and the reason for that is because we're playing those two last chords for a half measure, or if you don't know what that means, just half as long as all of the other chords. And again, you might already be able to kind of tell, especially if you're familiar with the song, but we're going to be doing a single down strum for all of these chords in the pre-chorus as well. So basically, all that means, the only difference is we're adding that D chord onto the end of the same progression that we use for our verses, but we're going to split the time that we're playing that last C chord with the D chord. So it'll look about like this. We'll start with our E minor. We're going to go down, 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 down. Again, down, 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 down. Just about like that. So the only thing is we're adding that D chord and we're splitting the time that we're playing that C chord and kind of splitting it and adding that D chord into the very end there. So just half measure on those last two chords. That's about it. Otherwise, it's about the same as the verse. So like I said, guys, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated here, but a couple of times through that pre-chorus chord progression and strum pattern, it's going to repeat through all the pre-choruses. It will look about like this without me talking. And from there, guys, we're into what's being played for our choruses. Now, our choruses are where it gets a little bit more involved because we have a different strum pattern, but we're still working with pretty simple chord progressions. So the first thing we'll take a look at is our chord progression for this. We actually technically kind of have 3 chord progressions, and I know that sounds complicated, but it's easier than it seems. So the first thing we're gonna take a look at here is this first line, which is gonna be G, A minor, C, and C minor. That's our first line, and then we're going to go to our second line, which is going to be the same thing. We'll have G, A minor, C, and then C minor again. There's some strum pattern there behind that last C minor. We'll get to that in just a second. And then we're going to finish up with G. We're going to play through our strum pattern 8 times for that very last G on that last line. So let's walk through this. For the first line, for each chord, all we're going to do is play this strum pattern. We're going to use our G chord as our example. For each chord on that first line, we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Just about like that. That's going to be our strum pattern for each chord for most of this progression. There is an exception. We'll get there in just a second. So for all the chords except for that second C minor, that's going to be our strum pattern. So we've got down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, A minor, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, C, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, C minor, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay, then we're on to our second line, and that's going to be almost the same until that last C minor. So the first 3 chords in there have the same strum pattern. So back to that G, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. And then we get to that second C minor there. We're gonna go to that C minor. And for this one, as you can see right next to it, we're just gonna do 3 quick choppy down strums for that. We're gonna go down, down, down. Just about like that. After we've done those 3 quick down strums for that last C minor, we're gonna go to that G, and we'll go back to that other strum pattern that we were using for the rest of the chords, and we'll play through that 8 times. This is kind of still technically part of the chorus, but it also could be called like a post-chorus, and it's that breakdown right after the chorus. And all that is just staying on the G, and we're gonna go down, down, up, down, up, down, down. 8 times for that. And that's gonna take us out of the chorus and into the next verse or the bridge, depending on where you're at in the song. So I'm not gonna play through that 8 times. We'll get there on the playthrough. You guys probably don't need to hear me walk through the strum pattern 8 times on that. But that is what that is. It looks really kind of complicated, just want to put in all the text form there, but it's really not too crazy difficult. There's just a few kind of specific things that get a little interesting in there. So one more quick little walkthrough of that whole thing together. So we're gonna start here with our first G. We're gonna go down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. Second line, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 and then into that last G, down, down, up, down, 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 up. 8 times on that last G. I'm not gonna play all the way through that just to save us some time. And that is just gonna play through once for each one of our choruses. So like I said, guys, nothing too crazy here. It gets a little bit more complicated in the chorus just because a little bit more of an involved strum pattern, but other than that, it's nothing too crazy complicated. So like I said, we're only gonna play through that once for each chorus, but just for the sake of being able to actually show you guys what it looks like, I'm gonna go ahead and play through that twice in the playthrough. So you can hang out and practice along with me to get the timing down, get the strum pattern down, and the feel down here in just a second. So with all that in mind, guys, a couple times through that chorus chord progression, or those chorus chord progressions with that chorus strum pattern, look about like this without me talking. And finally, guys, that's gonna bring us to the last thing that you need to know for On The Ground, and that is the bridge. The bridge is super easy, and it's a pretty short one. The chord progression we're gonna be using for our bridge is gonna be E minor, G, D, and C. And we're just gonna repeat that twice. Now, we are gonna have two different strum patterns here, but two very easy strum patterns. So, first strum pattern we're gonna have, and again, if you've heard this song, this is gonna already kind of sound familiar, and you'll already kind of probably know this, but we're just gonna have a single down strum for each one of those chords the first time we play through that bridge chord progression. So, pretty straightforward, guys. Same thing here pretty much as what we were playing in the verse. We've got down, 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 down. And then on the second time through that chord progression, that bridge chord progression, we're gonna switch to 8 down strums for each chord. So basically what this is doing is building into that last chorus. So the first time we're doing real somber, single down strum for each chord, and then the second time we go through that chord progression, we're building it up into that last chorus. So that'll look about like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I remember right, it drops out right there for just a second, and then it goes big back into that last chorus of the song or something along those lines. But that's what it is. It's just a build. So the first time we're just doing real somber single down strums for each chord, and then we're gonna, on the second time, we're gonna do those 8 down strums for each chord and build it into that last chorus, just like that. So again, guys, with this same thing here, it only plays through that whole thing once for the bridge, and then it moves on to that last chorus. But just to kind of show you guys and help you guys be able to practice along with it, I'm gonna go ahead and play through that whole bridge twice whenever I do the playthrough here in just a second. So with all that in mind, guys, the last thing you need to know for this song, the bridge, a couple of times through that bridge chord progression with those 2 strum patterns will look about like this without me talking. And guys, that is everything that you need to know to play On The Ground on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 840 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there cannot be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see quick breakdowns of the songs that I'm teaching and sometimes previews of what songs I'm working on next, you can hit up my Instagram at the Groovy Guitar Dude. Link for that will be in the description below. And lastly, guys, if you want to support the channel and get your name in the credits at the end of each new guitar tutorial, you can hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/thegroovyguitardude. Link for that will be in the description below as well. Guys, I am really digging On The Ground. Like I said at the beginning of this lesson, I just love whenever a good new pop song comes out that has acoustic guitar in it, because you really don't hear that a whole lot these days. And not to mention, this song is a beautiful song on its own, but just on that aspect, as a guitar teacher and a guitar player, I love seeing pop music come out with guitar in it, and especially K-pop too. I love whenever K-pop songs actually have like really great guitar in them, some BTS stuff, some of the solo things that they've done. I haven't heard a lot of Blackpink that has guitar in it, but some of the ones that I've heard, some of the K-pop songs that I've heard that have acoustic guitar in them are really some of my favorites that I actually have learned and taught to you guys. So this is a great example of that. This is one of my favorite K-pop songs that I've gotten to share with you guys. I love the chord progressions in this song. The strum pattern for the chorus is just like, I love it. It's one of the ones that I use the most often. And it's just a beautiful song. I really, really dig it. And it makes me want to listen to more Rosé and more Blackpink as well. So I had a lot of fun learning this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun learning it as well, and hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.